morning. Good night's sleep last night. Went to bed about 8 and I was up a lot last night. I drank a lot of water yesterday trying to rehydrate. But it's 7 o'clock now and yeah, I'm feeling better. My legs are still really sore. But I got to do a lot of stretching and massaging yesterday, and I think once I get walking, everything will be fine. It's cold this morning, though. I bet it's probably about 7 or 8. I'll have to check. Only got about 8.5 kilometers to walk today, so another kind of recovery. And this will really be a recovery because it's relatively flat, although it looks like it's going to be a lot of water crossing. So everything I dried out yesterday is going to get soaked, but that's fine. I understand that as well. That's the way it was going to be. So yeah, basically I'm as far away from the car right now as I can possibly be. So everything from here is walking back home. So that's kind of a nice feeling. This has been quite the experience, but I'm still enjoying it and still looking forward to what holds for today. Okay, 7 minutes after 8. Look at that sky. Beautiful. It's about 7-8 degrees right now. Sign said 3 hours. I'll just take my time and we'll see how it goes. Well, that was the first water crossing. That was the one I was really nervous about because it looked like this is pretty heavy flow, but it's really not. But you see that bridge? It'd been nice if they'd fixed that, but oh well. It's only going to get easier from here because I'm going upstream. So far, this has been a pretty nice incline. I know there's a big climb near the end, right before the hut, but I can do this all day. My legs are feeling good. It's making me start thinking about heading on to the next hut, Roger's hut, because from Roger's hut back to the car park, it's a mountain bike track. So it should be pretty good. And I could finish a day early. But it all depends on how I feel when I get to this next hut. I'm not a hunter, but that looks like a pig dig. I've seen a couple of them now, digging around for whatever they can find underneath there. Interesting. Look at that. Not a fern in sight. Love it. Okay, really steep drop down, only about 3-4 meters. I'm gonna have to go climb down backwards, then back up. I've already dropped my poles across. Hope this works. Some nice stuff to grab onto. Okay. Never-ending adventure. The 200-meter climb begins up to a saddle, and then it drops down into the hut. Here we go. I think we're getting near the top. My old friend the ferns are back. This hasn't been that bad. I mean, it's just switchbacks all the way up. The switchbacks are done. I'm getting near the top. It took me a little less than 3 hours from the hut. I'm at Manga Kahika hut. Roger's hut is only 3.5 hours, and I think I'm going to push on. I'll have a look to see if there's any big climbs or anything, but I don't remember that there are. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break here. One of these small 9 bunk places. Not a bad hut looking, but it's just too early to stop. All right, let's see what this hut is like on the inside. Push on the pull on the push side. Yeah, pretty standard. Oh, extra bunk, so no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard hut. Certainly no central Tahoe. So you've got a lot of good reading material. But it'll do for right now. My legs have taken a beating. It's mostly from that Monday climbing up to Tahoe. Yeah, they're just taking a beating. I guess that's why a lot of people wear gaiters, but I just find those way too uncomfortable. These are actually, they look a lot worse than they really are. It is just before noon. It's almost a 45-minute break. Sun would come out from behind the clouds every once in a while. Man, that was nice. But when the clouds covered it up, it got cold. So I'm chilly. But got something to eat. Drank a lot of water with an electrolyte added to it. And all going well. I should be at the hut between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. Again, I'm just going to take my time. I didn't rush this last time. I'm just feeling really good. So here we go. Since before the hut, I've got a little bit of a niggly pain on the outside of my left knee. When I'm walking flat like this, it's okay. Uphill, it's okay. But downhill, kind of aches. I'm like, wow, what am I going to do with this? Well, I just found that if I walk downhill with my left foot pointed out, no pain. Of course, the path has to be wide enough. I was trying that just a little while ago and nearly tripped on a bunch of roots because the path wasn't wide enough. But yeah, that'll at least take care of that kind of pain stopping me. And I got a couple Advils that I'll take when I get to the hut. But that's the kind of thing that can concern you out here. It's just a niggly pain, but those things don't tend to get better, they tend to get worse. So I have to keep an eye on it. Again, I'm no hunter, but I think we got some deer prints here. Hey, deer. Not too worried about it attacking me. There it is. My stopover for the night. It only took me 2 hours to get here. So yeah, kind of an old-timey one. Oh, look at that. Stained glass windows. So this poster gives the history of the hut. Basically, it was built to help deer culling. It began in 1952, and that's the original looking hut. Pretty rough. Oh wow, look at this. Man. This is really neat, and it's warm in here. Wow. All the graffiti. I don't think I'll add any. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to sleep in here. There's that stained glass window from the inside. Just amazing. It's slow, but it beats sitting here holding it and squeezing. So what do I do when I come into a hut? First thing I do is unpack the bag and lay out the bed, let all that get fluffed up. And then I'm getting the water refilled over here. And it's still kind of slow, but it's still better than holding on to it. I got my meals picked out. This is dinner tonight with a cup of tea. This is breakfast tomorrow with a 1 square meal and a coffee and 2 ibuprofen. And this is lunch tomorrow. And then I've also got some more ibuprofen for the walk. And I think with that, I should be able to make it out tomorrow. But what time is it? It's about 4 o'clock now. In another couple hours, I will make dinner. I'll listen to a podcast or two in between. And yeah, I'm not going to put a fire on. This cabin, this hut is actually really warm inside. I'm sure it'll get cold, but not like I've had in the last 2 nights. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. So this is when it gets dark. Get a couple of candles, but this hut has a special feature. Someone's has rigged a solar paneled light up in here.